Mr. Michael Ammar doing, well, I'm not going to spoil it. Here it is.
So did you ever hear anybody say it went up his sleeve? The trick is up the magician's sleeve. You ever heard that sort of thing?
Can you hear it?
The professor told me once that's the greatest lie ever told by a magician, was that it went up his sleeve, because everybody's looking up the magician's sleeve, and while you all are looking there, we're just doing it all someplace else. I'll show you what I mean by that. Just see if you can stop me at an ace. How about it? Just say stop anywhere you want.
Stop.
Right there. Let's see. Ooh, close. Close. That's what the K stands for. It is close. Let's see over here. Oh, just missed. Which is what the J stands for. Just missed. But now, let's say I wanted an ace. Okay. See, I could actually go to my sleeves, but I wouldn't use the inside like everybody thinks. What you do is you use the outside of the sleeve, and you get them in a magical sort of way. That's the first one. The great thing is it's ambidextrous. See, if I do it over here, I get one over there as well. Works every single time. So that's two of the aces that we need. That's the ace of diamonds. That's the ace of hearts. Let's see if we can't go back for clubs and spades. This time I'll do it a little different. Just down here. A touch. And there you go.
Nice camera cut.
Let's see if I do it again, but just a rub. And there you go. And we get all four aces. Maybe you'd like to see it in your very own hands. Hold out your one hand flat there for me. Here's what I'll do. I'll place the ace of clubs into it, and I'll just give it a little bit of shake. And it comes all the way to the back, even while it's in your own hands. That's pretty neat, isn't it?
Unbelievable.
Works every time. Well, let's see here. Let's see if we can't.
I'd just like to say real quick before we move on that we have a killer teach on that in the back room. If any of you guys really like that, Conjure community members, if you like it, you should check it out. We've got some cool variations of that. Anyway, yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah. Let's keep going. Fine. Here we go.
End up doing something exactly the opposite of what you've just seen. I'll show you what I mean by that. If I place three cards on top of each one of these aces, it doesn't matter which cards we use, but I want to minimize that entire movement so there'll be no confusion. We'll eliminate the rest of the deck, and we'll try and accomplish that same sort of thing. Three cards on top of each one of the aces.
Yeah.
There we go. Now, you saw that I used a certain counterclockwise action. Now, if I use the opposite action, see, if I actually go clockwise, the aces now vanish. You see, we started with the aces over here, but now, just like this, the first ace has vanished.
Nice.
Now, you may not have known what to expect that time, but now you'll know what to look for. And if you are paying attention, you'll notice something particularly interesting. See, the aces are not actually disappearing. See, what they're doing is they're changing. See, we started with three cards. We still got three cards, but the aces are changing.
Dang, that looks so good. I just want to say that looks good.
Looks like real magic, huh?
Yeah, it does.
And we've still got those three cards that we started with, but the ace is gone. Now, if you have a good memory for cards, you can even remember the cards that we're starting with. In this case, the 9, the 7, and the 8. Now, if I add the ace to it, and I give it that little reverse motion just like that, now we've still got the 8, we've still got the 7, we've still got the 9, but that ace, why, it's changed into a different card. One more to go. You know exactly what to look for. All I do is give it that little clockwise action, and those aces completely disappear, leaving nothing over here. So we started with three.
They're gone.
It's called Spelling Collins Aces, so I guess I'm not alone in being totally curious and on tenterhooks, figuring out how this is going to end, right? What could happen next?
Yo, when was this shot? Anybody know?
This is like this is like mid '90s, maybe even like
Oh yeah.
97, 98, maybe.
Because that man was on top of his game. I mean, he still is.
He
But
still is.
but dadgum, man. I always
He's watching you.
Oh, he's always watching me. He's got a camera in my room.
Oh, that's creepy.
Yeah. Does your mom know I come into your room every night?
MR knows things. You guys have to be careful. He knows things.
That is creepy.
All right. So here we go. Check it out.
3 cards over here. We've still got 3 cards and a different card. Surely you're thinking to yourself, they must have gone someplace, perhaps to the rest of the deck. I'm going to give you a choice. 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6.
6.
6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cuts. Now let's see if we can spell. ACE-OF-SPADES, and just like that, that's the first one. Good job. Now, the Ace of Clubs spells with 10 letters. I know that because I spelled it just before I came out. And if I cut just like that, that should be ACEOFCLUBS. Hey, I got lucky. Now, there's a couple more aces left. Let's see. Let's go for one of the longer spelling ones. That would be the ACEOFDIAMONDS. And there we go. There's the Ace of Diamonds.
Yep.
Now, at this point, you may be saying to yourself, well, Michael, what if I can't spell? And that's a good question. In this case, let's count. Down 9, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and that's all. 4 aces.
What a beautiful, beautiful middle that trick is.
It is. That's like we talk about the openers, middles, and closers. That's a great example of a middle right there, isn't it?
A beautiful middle.
It's got that pacing. It's got that timing.
The audience is up already. You're rolling, you're rolling, you're rolling, you're rolling, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm curious to see what he's going to do next, frankly.
The old Gemini. All right, here we go.
Adam just set that to music.
Can you see that?
Yeah.
All right.
But as long as we've got the aces out, I'll show you something that actually puzzles me. I'm going to take, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 here, and show you exactly what I mean. In spite of the fact that clearly we only have 4 cards, and the aces, have been used already, what I don't understand is if I take the ace of spades, and I place it onto the bottom, and I give it a little bit of a like this, the ace of spades comes back to the top. I'll do it again. You see, if I take the ace and I place it onto the bottom, give it a little snap, it comes back to the top. Now, what I don't understand about it is the fact that I put the ace anywhere into the pack and I give it that little magical movement. It comes back to the top. I could put it onto the table and still it comes back to the top. Now, what I really don't understand about this is that this is called the 4 10 of hearts trick. That's what I don't understand about it. And I'm thinking, why should it be called the 4 10 of hearts trick? Because I put the ace down into here, and it comes back to the top. Sometimes I put it down to the bottom. I give it a little magic move, and it comes back to the top. Sometimes I put it onto the table, and it comes back to the top. So why should it be called the 4 10 of hearts trick? Now, the reason that it's called the 4 10 of hearts trick is because I use 1 10 of hearts, I use 2 10 of hearts, I use 3 10 of hearts, and I use 4 10 of hearts. That's one reason why I would call it the 10 of hearts trick, but that's not why I'm confused. Why I'm confused is because this trick is actually done with a king, and it's done with a second king, it's done with a third king and a fourth king. That's why I don't understand why it's called the 4 10 of hearts trick.
Snap. Boy, in your book you've got a great count that shows that 4 for 1 count. What's that called, Aaron?
Well, that was it's got a real sexy name. It's called Diminishing Lift Sequence.
That's hot.
No one fell in love with it and named it after you, huh? The Aaron Fisher
Yeah.
lip sequence or the Fisher lip sequence.
Well, certainly not that I would say.
That's right.
The Fisher sequence.
The Fisher count.
There's so many sequences that would have that name. You know, it's difficult how to choose.
That last sequence, though, like when he shows those as aces, then he shows them as kings, and then what were they after that? Oh, tens, or aces, tens, then kings. I mean, for a spectator who's just watching that, they have to be mind blown. I mean, you're looking at those cards. You know, there's only 4 of them. There's no mistaking that. And so the rest of all of that illusion, all of the stuff that's happening there, and the way he orchestrated it's really pretty brilliant. Pretty brilliant thinking there.
And it's in the back room for members. Go check it out. You could learn that today.
That's right.
You know what I like about it, though? Like, I look at that whole sequence there, and that's card magic. It's not card tricks. It's like unexpected things are happening. It's not like anything any layperson ever saw Uncle Bob do at the Thanksgiving dinner table. It's like next level type stuff, you know?
Right.
And it's not that hard.
It says professional card magic when you see a routine, like that, right?
Like, that's the kind of trick where if someone knows a card trick, that's when they just shut up.
That's
They're
right.
just like, yeah, I know a card trick, but whatever.
I have no idea what that was.
Yeah, that was card magic.
Yeah.
You know?
Exactly.
Yeah, no mistaking at all. No mistaking. How'd you guys like that? Did you guys like that routine? Put a 1 in chat if you yeah. Yes. You're right, William. Ammar does have this real laid back aura. I love his laugh too. He's got this great. Ammar's always has this great laugh that you'll notice when he performs magic. He's constantly like kind of laughing along with his audience. You know, really puts them at ease.
He's just a nice guy too.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know? He just is.
Yeah. Yeah. He came here to Conjure Community and did a huge lecture for us where he told some amazing stories, showed some amazing magic. It was just it was a really incredible night. That was one of our best ever lectures that we've ever had, or living room lectures at Conjure Community. I
added an ambitious card routine move right out of that lecture too. That night that I saw it, there was this Jerry Sadowitz move that I had never seen someone describe before. I think I'd experienced it before, but had no idea what it was. But for those that are interested, go watch that Ammar lecture. There's in addition to many other things, that great move is in there. I added it to my ambitious card routine right away because it's just a killer. So
did we just see it? Did he do it?
No, it wasn't.
Oh, he didn't.
It's in our lecture though. It's in the back room here at CC. So we have it, but I'll leave it at that. If you have any questions, hit me up, but I'm sure you'll be able to find it.
Because he got that great, the diminishing lift, or the lift at the end. He's got that great frustration count in there. And then he's got a couple of different variations in the lift sequence too, where he, you know, once he does the flip over on the third and fourth card, and the other time he shows both hands that way. And I didn't quite even catch what he did. I just knew it was a variation, you know. Was it a bluff? Was he bluffing on one of them? Like,
no, it's that Gemini count. You're doing the Gemini count where it's like a double from the center, then a double from the bottom, and then you're showing singles, and they are the duplicates of the one you just showed. So it's using that Brother John Hammond move, right, to make that beautiful little sequence happen. Again, it's in the back room. We covered that Gemini count pretty heavily, so you can, if you want this trick, it's there. The information is there for you to learn it. That's for sure.